Hello, good morning. This is Janice from Measuring to Fit. I help people get started on sewing, sewing with the sewing machine. Okay, so uh, it's focused on beginner sewing. So I'm here now today. I'm actually here on a holiday in Malaysia. For us here in Malaysia, we just been some of the regulations for movement control have been relaxed and we are able to travel. So because we are able to travel, I'm in this holiday resort in Port Dickson, Malaysia, Port Dickson, and it is near the sea, as it's called Port Dickson, right? So there will be a lot of background noises because I'm actually trying to get nearer to where we will have access to the Wi-Fi and our internet connection. So if I'm in my room is actually very near to the sea. In fact, we face the seafront, and it's so far that actually the connection there it's not very good. So I have come nearer. This is, I think you can see in my background, a bit of the resort, the holiday resort, but you can't see the sea because I have come nearer to where the main resort building is, and so that I have better connection. So I still like to connect with you via Wi-Fi because I do realize that on Facebook, I haven't been appearing on Facebook for I think maybe 2 weeks now. I have been actually been quite busy doing live sorry, I was busy doing live on Facebook, not on YouTube. Right, so I haven't been appearing on YouTube for I think 2 weeks, and because I'm still don't have enough volume to actually go for a paid account, so I'm still on the free account on StreamYard, and so that's why I am appearing only on Facebook live and not on YouTube live. So here, this is especially dedicated to the YouTube live audience. So I'm just doing a review of the year. It has been, I think, for everyone. How has the year been for you? If you can type in the comment, that would be fantastic. Yeah, I think for everyone all over the world, the year has been unusual and it is really unprecedented, right? And for us here at Measuring to Fit too, it has been really a year that is unusual, and we are doing things that is really unusual. So I just want to share with you, for me, Janice at Measuring to Fit, it has been a good year. Really, thank God. That has been a good year, mainly because I have a God who is very personal, very real, and very present in my life. So I am very grateful. Though the year for many may have been very difficult, and we have to handle a lot of things that are very unusual, done things that we've never done before. I'm going to share with you, right? And truly, it is all because for me of the presence of a God who is very personal, who knows what I am going through, and who is very present in my life, who is very real, guiding me every step of the way. And I'm going to share with you. So that's what I'm going to do, a review of Measuring to Fit today. As in, when we first started from Malaysia, when we had this movement control order from our authorities, it was implemented in March. In fact, it was, I think, March the 18th, it was implemented. And we all had to stay in, couldn't go out that time. And at that time, of course, I think a lot of people enter into shock as they suddenly couldn't do business. Everything had to come to a standstill for us. And what Measuring to Fit did, what we did was somehow we, by God's grace, organized 20 over people, put together 20 over people from people whom some of them I don't personally know. And haven't even met till today, but they all offered to sew masks for the poor, to be given out together with the food pack. You see, because some of the people here are like working on a daily wage basis, and those people who are working on a daily wage basis, wouldn't be able to have an earning, and have food on a table during the time when there was a lockdown and they couldn't go out to work. So that's when we sent out food to these people. And for Measuring to Fit, because we are sewers, we organize for manage somehow. It's certainly by God's grace to connect with different people who could sew, and some were even sewing by hand to make this mask to be included in the food pack to be given out to the poor. And during that time, we were able to raise more than 10,000 ringgit, and we made 4,000 over masks to be distributed, and it was distributed, right, to the poor at that time. And I'm really, really, really grateful. That is not one man's effort, not just my effort, but so many people who contributed. There were people who gave financially to support the buying of the material, and then there were people who sold. So that was what happened during the MCO. And because I sold so many masks during that time, and we really worked on coming up with a template and a design that is suitable. That's what happened subsequently for Measuring to Fit. Okay, so later on, after I finished with working on this 4,000 over masks, somehow we ran a bit of the workshop to teach people how to sew. But then the movement control order came into effect again, and we couldn't run any workshop because the authority do not allow us to come together to learn. So that's why I have been motivated, because I still want to teach and help people get started on sewing. So then I start off on this 6-part course that has been developed and worked through the whole course, right, to help people get started. And to date, right, now today is the 23rd of December. I have been able to finish recording all the 6 parts of the sewing course, and some of my customers have already finished up to part 5 and moving on to doing part 6, the last part of the course. And if you go onto my Facebook page, you'll be able to see some of the pictures of what they have made. Every part we ended with a project that they make something simple out of the techniques they have learned. So that was what happened because of the movement restricted control, what you call movement restricted control order from our authorities. We move on to recording all the tutorial videos. So now this course is available even if you are not learning in person in the workshop. So this whole course, 6-part course, is now available on video, right? And so that's what I want to tell you. That's why there's so much joy. It really moved me to explore things that I've never done before, right? Even this whole live stream that I'm doing now, it's a new thing that I've learned. And I have learned to go on live stream. I have learned to put on some of my video onto my live stream to show some of the teaching. So all this is only, I'm actually not a very taggy person. I'm not a tech person, but somehow by God's grace, I'm able to do it. And even now, during this holiday season, I'm able to connect with you. It's all because of the presence of a God who is very real and who is very, very present in my life. Yeah. So all these things are done for all the beginners sewer out there. So if you are a puzzle about what to do about your sewing, how to get started, there are so many things out there to consider. I would tell you to consider starting off this course with me. So for this month of December, the offer is still on. Actually, we have very few units of the sewing machine left. Okay, the cost is free for my machine owners, right? So the cost is free if you buy the sewing machine with me. If you are here in Malaysia, right? So we can send the machine to you by courier service, and then we will send you the tutorial videos to learning your sewing with me free. So it's inclusive of the sewing courses. But the material for the sewing, to making all the projects, to doing all your exercise is not free. What is free is the tutorial video, not the material. Okay, so you just have to pay a minimum amount to cover the cost for the material. That's it, and you get to learn the 6-part course for free. If you get the machine from me this year before the 31st of December. Now, if you make the payment before the 31st of December for the machine, you still get the course for free, right? So we are really running low in stock. In fact, the Juki 29Z, we have no more new units available except the demo unit. Even the demo unit, we are only left with 2 units left. Okay, and the Juki 355 series, we are left with only 5 units left. So if you are still interested, please contact me as soon as possible. Contact me via my email, Jen, Jen, at measuringtofit.com. Measuring to fit, the 2 is a number 2, FIT, fit.com. Okay, measuring to a number 2, fit, FIT.com. Write to me and tell me that you want a machine if you are in Malaysia. Now, if you are in overseas, I'm afraid you won't be able to get the machine from me. Only if you are in Malaysia, we are able to dispatch the machine to you, and then the cost comes free. So, right? So let me talk a little bit about why beginners course, right? Learning, right? In this way, right? So we learn it by what we'll call learning the techniques of it, right? And you have to start with techniques. Just like if you learn to play the piano, you can actually go straight into playing the piano. But it will be better if you you practice the scales first. So my course is in this way. My course is we help you with the techniques first, then only you make the project. So let me also make you another example. If you were to learn driving, if you were to just maneuver the steering wheel and step on the accelerator, put the car in gear, you probably can move the car. But then it will be better if someone have taught you all about the different things that is on the dashboard of your car, so that you can drive it in a safe manner. So it's the same with the sewing course, right? You can possibly move the sewing machine and get it started on your own. But if you have someone to guide you, to tell you what to look out for in terms of different aspect of the machine, I think you will start out better and do much better. That's why you should have a course, right? To help you get started, to help you get through so that you don't have to muddle through the very puzzling things about sewing, and you get to enjoy this whole process better, because there are so many gadgets out there for sewing, so many accessories, right? And so many things you can do with sewing. So where should you start? So getting started is the key. Once you have your basic skills and technique in place, I don't think you will have any problem. Moving on to more specific skills and more specific projects. So that's why we recommend the starting off course for sewing, right? So from just let me reiterate, for now in December, my course is free with the sewing machine. Next year, my course goes out to you all over the world, right? In what mode? Please look out for my live video again next week about this same time on Wednesday. Wednesday will be the 31st of December. I will tell you about the offer for the course that is available via video and how would I offer it to you all over the world, just the cost, because it's the cost via video, so I can make it available to you. And it will be a different offer from what I'm having this month in December. And it will be available to everyone all over the world, right? So look out for my next live video on YouTube, and I will tell you about this offer that I have for 2021 January, right? So I hope you have a grand holiday season. Christmas is just 2 days away, and I am celebrating Christmas. Yeah, it's one of the season of my life yearly that we really are grateful for the gift of a savior that I am so appreciative of, right? And that's me. I celebrate Christmas. Yeah. So I'll see you on the 31st of December on live, and I will tell you all about the course that Measuring to Fit will be offering to you all over the world. The beginner's course, the 6-part beginner's course. Thank you so much. See you 31st of December.